Welcome back, viewers. You're watching Rsr Tv special program coming out from Guyana. We have an exclusive interview with the Attorney General of Guyana, the Honorable Amul Nandalal. Welcome you on the program.
Thank you very much, and it's a pleasure to be here.
I know there's a lot of issues going on in the Assembly, and one of the major problems that people are so confused in New York is about the money laundering. If you can give us a detail on what's going on with the money laundering bill.
Well, the Guyana is part of the Caribbean region, and the Caribbean region falls under the administration and supervision of an organization called the Caribbean Financial Action Task Force. That organization has the responsibility and indeed the duty of ensuring that countries in the region implement the requisite laws, guidelines, and policies to have an effective legislative and administrative regime to combat crimes such as money laundering, trafficking and drugs, and financing terrorism and terrorism itself. All of these obligations as a result of what occurred in New York and Washington on September 11th, 2001. The world has become a different place since then, and many countries, under the directions of organizations like the Security Council of the United Nations and many organizations of that type, have promulgated model legislation, model rules, and a whole host of guidelines and administrative policies which they require their members to implement. The Caribbean Financial Action Task Force is shouldered with the responsibility of ensuring that countries in the Caribbean and Latin America area discharge those obligations. So we were given a bill to pass in 2007. We passed that bill, but law is static. It always is an evolutionary process, and therefore, and criminals also change their modus operandi. They employ more sophisticated strategies, more sophisticated methods of committing crimes. So as a result, each country ordinarily and expectedly would have to update their laws and update their crime fighting structure to meet the emergency and the new changes that are taking place in the criminal world. Because of these reasons, you have to keep updating your law. And the Caribbean Financial Task Force, as similar organizations of its type in Europe, in Africa, in Asia, is expected to ensure that countries that fall under its umbrella of supervision, which includes Guyana, they bring their law and their policies up to speed, so to speak, to ensure that as far as possible, have a common network of laws to deal with the issues of terrorism, money laundering, drug trafficking, arms trade, etc. So, and this organization is expected ever so often to conduct periodic examination of all the countries that fall under its supervision. So in the discharge of that mandate, they came to Guyana, as they did in every country in the Caribbean. They looked at our rate of conviction or charges, they looked at our infrastructure, and they looked at new guidelines which they have given to them by their supervisors, the Security Council, United Nations and an organization called the Financial Action Task Force, as a world body, which is headquartered in Paris, France. And they pass those on to the countries in the region with instructions to implement them. They came to Guyana and they undertook a study and they examined us in 2010, and in 2011 they produced a report with new recommendations which include the implementation of policies at the administrative level as well as correcting certain identified deficiencies in our legislative architecture.